Okay. Hey, peace, peace, love, harmony, and light. I think we alive. We alive. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good, good, good. How y'all doing?
Hey,
I'm back.
peace,
I'm back.
peace, love.
All right, cool. I'm gonna give you guys some time to log in into the live feed. Like I said, man, we got work to do. All right, we got work to do. All right, 2020 is around the corner, and I'm telling you, I want to reach out to as many as my brothers and sisters who know that they are Aborigines. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Peace. I said we got work to do. We got work to do. So let's get into this. All right. We're not here to waste time. Okay. They say time is money, right? Well, and none of us getting paid here doing this, but you know what? The knowledge still gotta be put out. So the information gotta be put out. Now check this out. Let's say I just had my baby, healthy baby boy. Congratulations, congratulations. I know it may be an unfortunate situation, but I kind of figured the baby got the birth certificate. If the baby got the birth certificate, I hope you know what that means, right? I said another sister kind of went through the same thing, and I was guiding her to some of the steps to take, but she didn't follow the pattern, the protocol of what I was saying, and the hospital kind of forced her to sign the birth certificate. But I already had everything in place for her, and she didn't do it. So she gave birth. There you go. So literally, I don't want to put it that way, but my sister, I gotta give you the hard truth. Well, I'm not gonna say you. Let me just make it a general statement because, again, just having a baby, all that emotion still tied. I don't want you to I don't want it to seem like a personal thing. So I am gonna say that once we have babies, okay, and we sign the birth certificates. That means you have given your baby to the federal government. You have just declared that your baby is property. Your baby is a slave and it doesn't belong to you anymore. So now the birth certificate is a contract, and now you are in bed with the federal government, and then they become the natural custodian of your children because signing over the title of your baby, that's what you just did. Okay, that's what people are doing, unbeknownst to them. So now the baby don't belong to you. What you become is a legal guardian opposed to a parent. And you would see on the baby's birth certificate that you would be the informant because you just informed the federal government that you just gave birth to a living baby. And because of the birth certificate, that baby now has a capstone, which is a capital name, a capital letter, all right, name in all caps, a legal name, so to speak. So now that baby becomes property. All right. So those are some of the things that we have to undo. Okay. We have to undo that damage that we have done to our children, that our parents have done to us. Okay. And that's why I said there is work to do. I can't afford to get caught up in the negativity. People are going to talk. If you do good, people talk. If you do bad, people talk. So what have I decided to do? I'm just going to do good. I'm just going to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? Because I could only deal with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. I said it's sad. But you know what? All is not lost because it's a contract that you could rescind. Okay? It's a contract that you could rescind. And your argument could be that, you know what, you wasn't properly informed or there was no prior and informed consent. In other words, the contract wasn't explained to you. All right. And most times, not most times, within law, for a contract to be valid, it have to have two signatures. Okay. And the federal government cannot sign because they are not a living entity. So that contract is null and void. But a lot of people don't know. You see what I'm saying? So yes, it's the same thing all over the world. These people and they like I said, they have enslaved the entire world. And that's why it's so important to read my book, because I'm telling y'all, I have broken it down. Who started it, where it started, what happened, and what you need to do. So all I'm just saying, this is real. Okay, it is real, and we have to be responsible for our own lives. All right. Adrian Barden said, new to the channel. I appreciate that. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you. Thank you. I have gone through, my journey is long. It's long, and it's been painful, but the joy still is in my heart, because it's funny that, the love that I have for my people, and unfortunately, the ones who look like me, they are the ones who try to hurt me the most. But I also know that those people came from a lineage or genealogy of ancestors, or a lineage of ancestors that have always been selling our people out, that has always been breaking our people and tearing our people down. So that's in their DNA. They cannot help that. So those people I have forgiven. I'm not going to forget what you've done to me, but I have forgiven you because I have moves to make. I have to reach out to the righteous, those of us who are going to restore and bring back balance. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. Strike, Brother Tyler of Peace and Love. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we are the true Americans, all right, the true American Aborigines. And we're going to get into, again, this is about getting your shiznits together before 2020, because again, slavery was supposedly said to have taken place in North America from 2019, and we were supposed to be in slavery for 400 years. So if you do the math, that's going to be 2019. So that's when that contract of servitude is up, that voluntary contract of servitude. All right. But what they are doing now, they are moves ahead. So they're setting up the census to put you back into voluntary slavery. So they want to give you all these reclassifications of titles that you are not. And my job is to make sure that you don't get trapped. So it's important to share the information, share the videos, teach your friends, talk to your family. It doesn't matter if, you know, they don't adhere to the information. It doesn't matter if it doesn't resonate. Plant the seed. Okay, plant the seed, because how would you feel that you know this information and you're not going to share it with a brother or a sister or a family? Even if you're not talking to your moms, even if you're not talking to your dad, your brother, your cousin, hit them up, say, listen, you know what? I know we ain't talked in a while. All right, you may think I don't care, I don't love you, but this is what's happening. You are not black. You are not African American. We're not from Africa. All right, we are not from Africa. This is our home. We have always been here. Check out this video. Okay, here's some information. And guess what? You played your part, and that's what it's going to take. They gave us social media, and we totally lost the concept of what socializing means. When we socialize around campfires, okay? Telling stories. Our oral tradition was handed down around campfires, socializing within the villages and our communities. But they take that away from you, and every time you see people, they're in their phone, everybody minding their own damn business. Okay, nobody's connected no more. You see what I'm saying? So that's a problem. That's a problem. So we need to connect with each other again. Roscoe asks, how can I take an account and secure my T-Day, my data? I am a new follower to your channel and I study the Hebrew, but I am finding interest in what you're saying. Well, the truth of the matter is, the Israelites, again, like I've mentioned before, there was a band of Aboriginal, indigenous people right here in the Americas that called themselves a tribe, that called themselves the Israelites. Okay, they didn't come from Africa, from a far land, and brought here on ship like the Bible said. No, they were already here. That narrative, again, is a lie. You see, so we are still one people. The question of how do you do all that's in the book, all the information is in there. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just get it and read the information and put your plan into motion. But apart from that, I'm linking up with brothers and sisters who know who they are and are ready to step up, because these people owe us. You know what I mean? But we cannot get anything that's owed to us when we are outside of who we are supposed to be. So my goal and my job is to give you the information. You feel me? Give you the information. And you will always know that Chief Kalinago has always been truthful to his people. Okay? I will not dishonor my ancestors. I never have, and I never will. I will not dishonor my ancestors, because I know the spiritual price that I would have to pay if I do something like that. So the physical things and the attributes and the privileges, I don't give a damn about that. That's why I said I don't care about that so-called death. It doesn't exist. So what if they take the physical body? Okay, you know what? My body, and I'm taking very good care of it, is going to go back into the soil. Okay? And it's going to be food for a tree or some animals. It's going to be recycled. But my spirit is going to go back to my ancestors and my spiritual parents. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm doing this for the love. And no matter what anybody say, I know who I am. You feel me? So with that being said, there are traders, okay, that have sold out their people. There are traders that are still betraying their ancestors because they're calling themselves American Aborigines, and they don't know what it means to be an American Aborigine. We don't backbite each other. We don't sell out each other. Now, we ain't doing that. Okay, we ain't doing that. We got too many enemies as we speak for me to turn around and make a brother or a sister my enemy. I ain't got time for that. Now, if you feel you want to persecute me, if you feel you want to do that, okay, for 10 pieces of silver, then so be it. Go ahead. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. For sure. And we appreciate you. Appreciate y'all too, man. So let's get into this. Now, even before I get into this video, all right, talking about the Moors, my disclaimer. Okay, I have a disclaimer that I'm going to make. I know a lot of people, and I have personal friends that call themselves Moors. Okay, so this is no attack on them or disrespect to people who call themselves Moors. And I'm going to break this down so simple that your 3-year-old, okay, if you have children, could literally get up and go teach it to somebody else. And they'll know what's what. If you choose to call yourself a Moor, know in what context you call yourself a Moor. All right, because the people that I know, well, not all of them, the majority of the people that I know that call themselves Moors, they don't call themselves Moors because they think they're from Africa. They call them, or they think this is Morocco. They call themselves Moors because of their complexion. So instead of saying black, they rather use the term Moor. And that's why they call themselves Moors. At least that's what they told me. Now, whether they are lying to me or not, I don't care. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But I'm trying to make you understand that there are different people who call themselves Moors for different reasons. You have the temple Moors that are more geared towards the how would I put it, the cultic, okay, teachings of what the Moors stand for. Well, you have to go to a temple every Sunday. You have to do, well, Islam, and I am a Muslim, and all these type of things. They have those kind of Moors, all right? More so from a religious perspective, the temple Moors, if I'm not mistaken. So they try to get you into the temple, all right? Now you have the Moors that's not in the temple, but they say that this is Morocco and the Moroccan Empire was all here. No, this has never been Morocco. Even when the landmass was won, okay, this has always been we have always been here as the Aboriginals. Okay, we never called ourselves Moors before our brothers from the other continent, okay, came here and they were called Moors. They called themselves Moors. Okay, they called them so because when people say, oh, well, the term Moor came from the Caucasian calling dark-skinned people Moors, that's not true. The Moors called themselves Moors because they were the ones ruling Europe. Okay, they ruled Europe for 711 years. So how the hell could Caucasian call them Moors and they allowed that to fly? No, they called themselves Moors. Okay, they called themselves Moors. But when they got taken out of Europe, okay, they taught the pale man, and the pale man used the knowledge to beat them. Okay, all of Britain, the original Britain, were Moors, black Moors. They were Moors, people who look just like you and I. Even our ancestors from here used to go to Britain and trade. So we have always done trade. We have always been familiar with each other. We have always been. Okay? The original Portuguese are of heavy melanated people. So the Moors called themselves Moors. It wasn't no Caucasians called. No, the Moors taught the Caucasians. So we giving the pale man too much credit. You feel me? They never invented anything. They have never created anything. Everything that they do is from something that already existed. We are the originators. And again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just telling you the true story of our people. Okay? It is facts over feelings right now. And that's a fact. So Moors call themselves Moors for various reasons. But one thing I know with the Moors is they always say that etymology of words is the key. They are big on etymology. You know what I'm saying? They are big on etymology. And I'm telling them, well, if you're big on etymology, how come when it comes to the word Moor, you never go into the etymology? You want to give it your own meaning. And you can't do that because it's like Christians using the Bible when it's convenient for them. But when you show them the truth in the Bible, all of a sudden they get mad at you. So I'm not doing this video again to cause tension or division. No, that's not what it's about. I am here to bring clarity, okay? Clarity so that regardless of whatever you call yourself, know that we have a common problem, and that's what we should focus on opposed to our differences, okay? It's like one mother having 20 children. Some may like soccer, some may like basketball, some may like cricket, some may like baseball, some may like whatever. Volleyball, tennis. Okay? And they may argue which sport is better. They may get into fights, maybe. All right? But if they have one common problem, they should forget their differences and learn to come together and work their situations out. And that's what we need to do. Okay, let us stop the separation that the colonizers have taught us. What we have to realize is this: we have one thing in common. And what is that? The American continent is our motherland. We sprung from that land. We are the autochthonous ones of the American continent. And we have been here from time immemorial. So when the Moors speak of etymology, I always let them know, hey, you guys are very big on etymology. So let us not ignore the meaning. Don't tell me the definition. No, let's not speak of definition, because there's a difference between definition and meaning. The meaning is the etymology, what it was meant to be, the energy the word was meant to carry. The definition is what they told you it meant. But a definition is not a meaning, and a meaning is not a definition. So the meaning goes towards the root of the word, the etymology of the word. So even before we start, okay, we are going to look at the meaning of etymology itself, so we'll know exactly what we are talking about. So I'm going to share my screen here, and let's get into this. Okay, like I said, facts over feelings. All right, this is not personal, but I have to tell my people the truth. That's just what it is. So let's get into this. All right. All righty, cool. Beautiful. So we have, let us look at first of all, I know I have the etymology of more here, but I'm going to look at the etymology of etymology. All right, etymology. And let us see exactly what we are doing here. All right. Etymology. Okay. That's it's a noun. All right. Etymology, late 14th century, etymologia, fact of the origin and development of a word. Okay? It is the origin and development of the word. It is not a definition. A definition is based on experience, or a definition is, again, based on perspective. That's a definition. But the meaning of the word, its origin, the energy it was meant to carry. In other words, even in the book, it says the power of life and death, okay, is in the tongue, meaning that your words have power. In the beginning was the word, and the word was, you know what? I don't like using that word God, but God, and the word became God. So if every time you speak, you are speaking God, that means you are evoking something, because the true etymology of the word God means to evoke. So if every time you speak, you are evoking something, some type of energy, some type of spirit, then when you speak words, you are either giving life or death. So therefore, the original meaning of a word is what's called the etymology of the word, not the definition, because again, definition is based on perspective. Something may mean something different to me based on an era. Okay, like in the 1600s, the 1700s, the word mulatto meant something different than in the 1800s, but it is still the same word. Okay, it depends on the narrative of the person writing or the person speaking or thinking. So with that being said, this is what etymology really is. Okay, it is the origin and the development of the word. It says that the true sense, the original meaning, nature of etymos, true, real, actual, related to etymos, to etios, true, which perhaps is cognate with Sanskrit satya, Gothic sanjes, and it means to be true. Okay, to be true. So when we're looking at the etymology of the word, that's what we are looking at. So when I tell the Moors, listen, it's okay if you call yourself a Moor. I'm not mad at you. Okay, but please do not spread, okay, the falsities of telling my people that we all were called Moors. My ancestors didn't call themselves Moors. Okay, they were only called Moors when the real Moors came here. Okay, now if you're looking at Moors from a skin tone perspective, then you could say we are all Moors, just like how you could say we are all so-called black. All right. But again, that is a description of the skin. So I tell my people, be very mindful how you classify yourself as a nationality. And we'll get into that very shortly. But let us look at the word. So now that you know what etymology means, okay, it is the facts of the origin and development of a word. Okay, straight from the horse's mouth. The people who created the word, they are telling you what it was and what it is. Okay, and believe me, it is not the Caucasian man. Okay, this etymology came from the original dark-skinned people that taught the Caucasians, which are the Moors. So they created that word, so they know exactly what it means. Okay, so let us get into that. Moors. Moors. Okay, all right, so I put in Moors. I'm getting Moorish. I want Moors, not Moorish. Let me see, Moor. Why am I getting Moorish? Okay, it's showing me Moorish. All right, there we go. Okay, so Moorish, adjective. Again, it's a description, a descriptive word of pertaining to Moors. Mid-15th century, it says from Moor and Ish. Now, we are going to look at Ish first. Ish. Okay, Ish. All righty, Ish. Adjectival word forming element, Old English, isk, of the nativity or country of. Okay, and it says later use of the nature or character of. But in essence, the original form of the word, okay, meant of a nativity or a country. So therefore, if you see Moorish, they tell you to see Moor and Ish. It is a Moor of a certain country or a nativity. All right. And when Moors speak of nationality, they speak of themselves as Moorish Americans. But I'm going to show you the flaw in that. And how and why American Aborigines, the so-called Indians, okay, should not get caught up in that trap of calling themselves Moors. All right, now let us look at the etymology of Moor. All right, Moor, a noun. North African Berber. So now, when you see Moor, they say Moorish. You see Moor plus Ish. Ish means country. So it's a Moor is a North African Berber. Okay, when you put Ish to it, that's the nativity. Okay, they are nationals of North Africa. A Berber, late 14th century, from Old French, from medieval Latin moros, from Latin moros, inhabitant of Mauritania, Northwest Africa, a region now corresponding to the northern Algeria and Morocco. From Greek moros, perhaps a native name, or else cognate with moros, black, but this adjective only appears in late Greek and may as well be from the people's name as the reverse. Being a dark people in relation to Europeans, their name in the Middle Ages was synonym for Negro. Later, 16th century and 17th century, used indiscriminately of Muslims, Persians, Arabs, etc., but especially those in India. So even the people in India were called Moors as well, because it was a general term later allocated or applied to people of a darker hue. All right, but the earlier use of the word, when it was originated, the meaning of the word, the origin of the word, when it was first introduced, was they were people from North Africa. Now you have this more saying, well, America is North Africa. Well, no, it's not North Africa. Okay, it is not. America is not North Africa. It never has, and it never will be. Okay, Moors are North African Berbers. Okay? And those are the same people that went into Europe. They went into Europe and they fought their own brothers in Europe. They did. Okay? They were the Moors who, the black Moors, same thing, who was in Britain, ruling the Caucasian people until they started, their men started, being in bed with the Caucasian women. And all of a sudden, they started teaching them everything they knew. And the Caucasians got up, learned everything, and fought them. And they lost their reign for over 711 years. Okay? Before that, we have always been here in the Americas. We have always been here. We never called ourselves Moors. We may have shared some type of, again, culture because we always traded with each other. Remember, America is the firstborn of the continents. They're not going to tell you that. And that's why in the book, it was always saying that they had to kill the firstborn. That's what it's all about, my brothers and sisters. I'm trying to let y'all know who we are. We are the firstborns. We are. And that's why every other culture in the world is coming to mom and dad to learn and to look for better opportunities because we are their parents. Y'all going to learn today. So the truth of the matter is that is the definition of a Moor. Okay, now let us look at another meaning. Waste ground. Now, if Moors want to speak of etymology, let's speak of etymology. Waste ground. Old English Moor, mora, swamp. So what are you saying? You are a native of a swamp? I'm just keeping it real. So now, if you are saying that you are a Moor, but you are using it based on complexion, meaning that it was, and as you could see, it's in parentheses, okay, because no one is really black. Now, if you're saying that is synonymous with being black, and that's why you call yourself a Moor, then you know what? Do your thing, okay? If you're saying, you know what, I don't want to use black, I don't want to use Negro, which the Moors, the real Moors, meaning that the first people that call themselves Moors in Africa, they didn't want to be called Negroes. And I'm going to prove it to you. Again, don't believe anything I say. I'm just going to show you the facts. I'm just going to show you the facts. They didn't want to call Negroes. They didn't want to be treated like Negroes. So they wanted to be called Moors. But it is synonymous with Negro and Moors because it is the people of the dark skin race. They was just calling them Moors. All right. It's like typical example. I'm going to give you another example. Okay. It's like somebody going on, let's say, on a corner in Brooklyn, right? And they hear like maybe about 10 people having a conversation. And the majority of the conversation, they hear like 2 or 3 or 4 of the people speaking, and they hear a Jamaican accent. One person could take it upon themselves and go put out a report. There is 10 Jamaicans on the corner arguing. Just because they heard 4 of them with the Jamaican accent. But the other 6, one could have been from Trinidad, one could have been St. Lucia, one could have been from right here on the mainland. But they didn't know. They didn't ask. They just assumed. So it's the same thing that happened. When the Moors brought these Caucasians, the pale man, to our land, when they saw us, they had already learned our language. Again, we knew these people. So the Caucasian man just started calling everybody Moors. But the Moors knew that we were different from them, that they called us Negroes, that to separate. But when they was going through what they was going through, they realized, okay, you know what? These Negroes are going through it, and we don't want to be called Negroes. We want to still be the Moors. And I'm going to prove that to you. And how I'm going to prove that, we're going to look at the Moors Sundry Act. Again, if you call yourself a Moor, be very mindful in what context. Moor is Moorish is a nationality, okay, from North Africa. Okay, from North Africa. For you to say that you're Moorish American, you're saying that you're a type of African in America. Just like how I showed y'all in the video. Obama never called himself a black African American. He called himself the first Kenyan American president. In other words, he's a Kenyan that was born in the United States. So y'all better wake up to this truth, okay? And it's a fact. I'm not posting opinions, facts over feelings. Now let us go into the MOORS Sundry Act, okay? And I'm going to prove everything I just said to you. And I've done this before, but here we go. We going in right now in detail because, like I said, it's about time. We can't be playing these games, all right? The MOORS Sundry Act of 1790 was a 1790 advisory resolution passed by South Carolina House of Representatives clarifying the status of free subjects of the Sultan of Morocco. They were free subjects of the Sultan of Morocco, Mohammed bin Abdullah. Okay? They were subjects of the Sultan of Morocco. Morocco is a country that's in Africa. Okay? Morocco was never here. Now, just like how you have the first Egypt here, and they created what you call a Kemet out there in Africa, that may have well be so. We could have had a Morocco here as well. It's not impossible. But don't tell me that the entire continent was called Morocco. That's a lie. That's an untruth. And stop telling those lies. All right? The resolution offered the opinion that free citizens of Morocco were not subject to laws governing blacks and slaves. So you see how they differentiated themselves? They didn't want to call blacks and they didn't want to call slaves. You know why? Because I'll tell you exactly why. When they brought the pale man here, they signed treaties with the pale man. Okay? We are going to come here for servitude. And it's even in the Bible, for 7 years. And after the 7 years of servitude, we will be able to get land, have our children, marry, and live our lives as free men. But they didn't realize that the same pale-skinned man that whooped their ass in Europe was the same pale-skinned man that was not going to honor those treaties and those deals. So the pale man told him, hey, what, you crazy? Man, we ain't making you no free man. No, you're going to be a slave. So they started rebelling. Okay, because the pale man, what you call crossed them. Okay, the pale man crossed them, and that is the truth. Because when they first came, they made deals. Okay, they brought Christopher Columbus, they brought the conquistadors, they brought all these pale people here, the Spaniards, the Portuguese, and I'm talking about the pale ones, because the original ones are dark skinned. All right. Because they had lost the war and they had to run. Some of them went back to Africa. And as a matter of fact, the original Nigerians are the actual original Portuguese because they had to migrate into Africa when the pale man took over Europe. So now they was finding place to take over some new land. So they tell them, hey, you know what? We know of this new world, or we know of these people. We're going to call it the new world, and we're going to take over their shit. But this is the deal. We want something out of it. They sold us out. Not saying that some of our Aborigines didn't sell us out. I'm not saying that. But I'm letting you know the part that these people played in the situation that we're in today. All right? So they are subject of the Sultan of Morocco. And we saw the etymology of the word Moor. So please, Moors, don't tell me what it means. No. If you like etymology, you're always talking about etymology. Let's stick to the etymology. Let us not make things up. Let us look at the facts, facts over feelings. All right? The resolution offered the opinion that free citizens of Morocco were not subject to the laws governing blacks and slaves. All right? It's the same thing. When you see a video of a Moor in the street, right? It's the same thing that they're doing, right? Because that has always been a practice. And that's cool because they learned our governmental system and they knew what was put in place for the American Aborigines, aka American Indians. But they helped suppress that information. And that's why a lot of times you hear Moors speak. They are very versed in legal situations and UFC and all that. Because they help keep that situations from we the Aborigines, the so-called black people and African Americans. But now they realize that they're fighting a losing battle. Now they want to come out and tell everybody they're Moors and let's be Moors and let's be Moorish Americans because they want to bring up that Moroccan empire on our land. It's not going to happen on my watch. It's not. If you want to call yourself a Moor, fine. Okay, you could be my brother. I'm cool with that. As long as you know we have the same enemy, great. But not because this is Morocco and not because we are all Moors. Okay? Now, if you're talking again, description wise, in terms of the color of the skin or the hue of the skin, then yes, we will all call Moors. But we are not Moors. Just like how we will all call blacks, but I'm not black. But yes, they called me black. All right? Now, let us continue with this. Petition from sundry free Moors. On January 20th, 1790, a petition was presented to the South Carolina House of Representatives from a group of 4 individuals who were subjects of the Moroccan Empire and residents of the state. They desired that if they happened to commit any fault amenable to be brought to justice, that as subjects to a prince allied with the United States. You hear that? Allied with the United States. In other words, they was in bed with the United States. Now, if the United States is here oppressing the original people, that means the Moors were helping the United States oppress our people. Like I said, facts over feelings. All right? Through the Moroccan American Treaty of Friendship. And that's what they're always talking about. Well, let me show you, this is proof that this is Morocco and this is what's protecting us. Yes, it's protecting y'all because y'all are subjects of Morocco and y'all made a deal with the United States. But the United States, the pale man, they don't honor any treaties. And that's why they are putting y'all in jail when y'all pull out your piece of paper. And you start quoting UFC codes and all that. They pull you in jail because the pale man is not to be trusted. But y'all brought them here. Okay? And that they would be tried as citizens instead of under the Negro Act. Okay? So if we were all called Moors, and I'm talking about in 1740, if we were all Moors, then how come you didn't want to be treated like us under the Negro Act if you were a Negro? Apparently, you thought you were different. So let's not play the games in 2018. Let us not play the word play. And let's not play the games. Enough with the semantics. Okay? Enough with the semantics. You didn't want to be called Negroes. You didn't want to be treated as a Negro because you knew you were from Africa. And I got more proof. All right? So let us look at what's the Negro Act, just to be on the safe side, because I want to make sure that we know what we're talking about. The Comprehensive Negro Act of 1740 was passed in South Carolina during Governor Williams Bull's time in office in response to the Stono Rebellion in 1739. The act made it illegal for enslavement of Africans to move abroad, assemble in the group, raise food, earn money, and learn to write, though reading was not prescribed. Additionally, owners were permitted to kill rebellious slaves if necessary. The act remained in effect until 1865. So once again, the Moors said, you know what, man, listen, we ain't Negroes, we ain't these people. You see what I mean? Still selling us out. Instead of joining with us to fight the oppressor, they're still trying to isolate themselves, separate themselves from us. Hey, nah, we ain't no Negroes. We are Moors, and we want to be treated like, you know, we want to be treated as citizens instead. You hear that? As citizens instead. So when you call yourself a Moorish American, you are a citizen of, you are a subject of the Sultan of Morocco, but a United States citizen that signed a treaty so that you are under the jurisdiction of the United States. And once again, may I reiterate, that's why when they pull out their papers in court, they drag them out and lock them up. Because they are overstepping, okay, the contract or the treaty. Yes, we're going to protect you. We're going to protect y'all, but know that you only have privileges, and those privileges can and will be taken away. Even right now at the present moment, there are Moors in jail we are trying to help right now. Because they got caught up with the UCC and the USC and all this type of, you know, codes. We don't need those codes. Those codes are not for us. Okay? They are not for us. We are not attorneys. And Moors are always going around playing like they're attorneys. Playing in the legal system, the bar association. No, I'm not a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. So, brothers and sisters, be very careful. And people will get emotional, yes, but I am going to tell the truth. All right? Now, it says the free Moors, Francis, Daniel, Hammond, and Samuel, petitioned on behalf of themselves and their wives, Fatima. Okay? Now, you hear the names, right? Francis, Daniel, Hammond. I haven't even seen a Bay or an L in there yet. And again, no disrespect. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying we have to keep it real. Okay? And their wives, Fatima, Flora, Sarah, and Clarenda. They explained how some years ago, while fighting in defense of their country, they and their wives were captured and made prisoners of war by an African king. After this, in a certain Captain Clark had them delivered him, promising they would be redeemed by a Moroccan ambassador residing in England and returned to their country. Instead, he transported them to South Carolina and sold them for slaves. Since then, by the greatest industry, they purchased freedom from their respective masters. They requested that as freeborn subject of the prince in alliance with the U.S., again, subjects of the prince in alliance. Let's look at the term, what alliance means, because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm making these things up. All right. Let us look at the term alliance. I know what it means. All right. I know what it means, but let us get into this. Alliance. Let us get back to Google and let us look at the definition of alliance. Okay. Definition of alliance. Paste. Okay. Alliance definition. Alliance, a union or association formed for mutual benefit. Okay. Especially between countries or organizations. I'm going to read that again. The Moors had an alliance with the United States. Let us look at the term, the word alliance. Again, let us not play the semantics. Let us not play the games. My people are in enough trouble as it is, and I don't need them confused. Okay? A union or association formed for mutual benefit, especially between countries or organizations. Partnership. Okay? Partnership. Coalition. Affiliation. Association. Union. A league. So they were together in fighting our people. All right? All up to the 1700s, they didn't want to be part of us. They were in alliance with the United States. Yes, the fake corporate entity. Okay? They were a part of that. Because they learned our system and they helped. Yes, we again, our ancestors formed the Constitution. So that knowledge, seeing that the Moors was in alliance with the United States, they were privy to such information. So they knew all those laws and codes and all that. And they hid it from us, the so-called black people. But like I said, because they realized that, you know what, the Aborigines are waking up, they had to throw the wrench back in there and put it out there that we are all Moors. As you could see that dude, what's his name? Nick Cannon, running around with his little turban talking about we are Moors, bro. You might be a Moor, that's cool. But we're not all Moors, bro. Again, that's a monkey wrench they're throwing in your way. It is a monkey wrench. All right. Now it says, instead, they were transported. Okay, we read that. Boom, boom, boom. That they would not be considered subject of state law then in force, known as the Negro Law. So my question to you is this. If we were all Moors, why then in just 1700s, okay, in the 1700s, you didn't want to be considered one of us? So how come all of a sudden in 2018, we are all the same? And don't get me wrong. I am not saying that to cause separation. I am saying that to make the record clear. Yes, we are all brothers from the same earth, different landmass. We are American Aborigines and you are Africans. But y'all sold us out, man. Y'all sold us out. And y'all trying to do the same thing again in 2018, telling all the American Aborigines that they are Moors. Don't do that injustice to our people, man. We have been through too much. And you are helping these people keep us away from our birthright, what is due to us. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. It is time for us to get paid. Get back what's ours. And you're preventing us from doing it because you're going around confusing the people. If they be found guilty of any crime or misdemeanor, they would receive a fair trial by lawful jury. The matter was referred to a committee consisting of Justice John Fusherod, Grimke, General Charles Coatsworth Pinckney, and Edward Ridge. Free Moors petition. Okay? Edward Rutledge reported from the committee on the petition on the same day, and the House agreed to the report, which read as follows, Vits. They have considered the same and are of opinion that no law of this state can in its construction or operation apply to them, and that persons who subjects of the Emperor of Morocco being free in this state are not tribal by law for the better ordering and governing of Negroes and other slaves. Again, a distinct separation. They are constantly saying that they are not us. So how come all of a sudden nobody was hearing about Moors, and then all of a sudden we all Moors in 2018 while the 2020 census is coming up? Y'all better not fall for that trick, man. Don't fall for the trick of the devil. Now, I'm not saying that our Moorish brothers and sisters are devils. I'm not saying that. It is the trick of the system. The pale man has his hands deep in that organization, okay? Trying to make all of our people more subject of Morocco, take you away from your land. Because the report was not forwarded to the state senate for concurrence, it did not have the force of law, but served as an advisory opinion, offering the sense of the House. The report was later published in the Charleston City Gazette and Charleston State Gazette of South Carolina. So here it is. Okay, here it is. Now I got more proof that we are not Moors. Okay, so once again, like I said, we as a people, as the Aborigines of this land, we have to tell the people the truth. You see what I'm saying? Of course, there you go. And you see, now, look, now it has 12 dislikes because the truth is being told. But I'm showing the facts. Again, facts over feeling. You see, they're in their feelings. I'm not saying stuff that people that they like. But I am going to speak the truth. And the truth is being told. Okay? The truth is being told. And I'm not going to allow our people to fall into that trap. Okay? I'm not going to allow it. Okay? Now, here's some more proof. Again, facts over feelings. Don't get into your feelings. The truth is just being told. Once again, like I said, I have friends who call themselves Moors, and we cool. And they call themselves Moors for different reasons. All right? And I respect that. Just like how I have friends who call themselves Israelites. And I respect that. And somebody say you cannot compare etymology and Wikipedia. No, I went to the etymology, family. I went to etymology. I didn't go to Wikipedia. I went to the etymology of the word. We have to call it what it is. Again, more is a descriptive term. Okay? It's okay. It's all right, man. You know, it's okay to tell the truth. It's all right. Okay? Moors are from Africa. It's okay to tell the truth. America is not Africa. Because Africa, again, is a word that was only allocated to Tunisia. I did a video on that showing you, again, the etymology. You see what I'm saying? No, Moor has different meanings. Okay, and the original meaning of the word Moor, again, is somebody from North Africa. Now, what you want it to mean, okay, whether a traveler or whatever you want to call it, that's on you. Somebody more in the sea, that's on you. It's okay. But the truth of the matter is you cannot say that the entire planet are Moors. Now, again, in terms of description, if you want to say that in terms of skin tone, then I'll let you slide with that. But I know for me, for instance, my lineage again is Carib, okay, and I have very, very thick and long history of Ani-Onwia, the Anu people, Ani. Those are my ancestors, and we never call ourselves Moors. We call ourselves Ani-Onwia, the principal people. And the Caribs never called themselves Moors. So we cannot make that statement. Now, whether you want to give it the meaning of the word to be a navigator, that's on you. That's cool. But we are all not navigators. I don't know how to navigate a boat. So that means I'm not a Moor. And I'm not saying that again to cause separation. That's not what this is about. This is about telling the truth, man. I don't want the people confused. All right. Now I'm going to show y'all some more information. All right. Oh, nah, they coming out. I know they're coming out. They're watching. But I'm going to continue, like I said, to tell the truth. And that's just the bottom line, man. You know what? I don't care about what people think with their feelings. I'm going to tell you what it is. All right. Now let me get into something else here real quick. And I'm going to show it to you again in the Moors own words. Let me show it to you again, because like I said, facts over feelings. All right. Let us go into this right here. Big and bold. Big and bold. I'm showing facts. All right. Facts over feelings. All right. In the Moors own words. Right here. Right here. 1933. Legislative Journal House page. Okay, House. Page 5759. 1933. Legislative Journal House. Page 5759. Resolution number 75. Okay. Look at the in big and bold. Mr. Whitkin, Mr. Speaker, I desire at this time to call up resolution number 75, printers number 1034. The resolution was read by the clerk as follows. In the House of Representatives, April 17th, 1933, many sons and daughters of the proud and handsome race which inspired the architect of Northern Africa and carried into Spain the influence of its artistic temperaments have become citizens of this nation. Once again, that's in the Moors' own word. Okay, 1933. I'm going back and I'm showing y'all the proof. So let us not play the games. The resolution was read by the clerk as follows. In the House of Representatives, April 17th, 1933, many sons and daughters that proud and handsome race. And yes, you are, because you are our brothers and sisters. Again, this is not to cause separation. This is to tell the truth so that the American Aborigines don't get confused. Which inspired the architect or architecture of the Northern Africa. And isn't that synonymous with the same etymology of the word Moor? Northern Africans carried into Spain. Didn't I tell you that? They go into Spain and fought their own brothers and took over and ruled for 1711. It's right here again. The influence of its artistic temperaments have become citizens of this nation, of our nation. That means they are not from here. In the city of Philadelphia, where there is a lot of Moors, there exists a Moorish American society made up of Moors who have found here the end of their quest for a home and of the children of those who journeyed here from the plains of Morocco. Again, in your own words, you came from a foreign land and you found a home, your quest. Okay, you found here in our land an end of your quest for a home and of your children or those who journeyed here from the plains of Morocco. This society has done much to bring about a thorough absorption by these people of these principles which are necessary to make them good American citizens. American citizens, meaning that you are not from America. These Moorish Americans have since being here missed the use of the titles and the name annexations that were so familiar at home. where is home? They are talking about across the sea, Morocco, and which are used in accordance with the doctrines of the religious faith to which they are adherents. Therefore be it resolved that this house commends the Moorish American Society of Philadelphia for the efficient service it has rendered in the nation in bringing about a speedy and thorough Americanization of this former Moors, and that in accordance with the fullest right of religious independence guaranteed every citizen, we recognize also the right of these people to use the name affixes El or Ali or Bey or any other prefix or suffix to which they have heretofore been accustomed to use, or which they may hereafter acquire to the right use. Okay, that was in 1933. On the question, will the House adopt the resolution? It was adopted on May 4th, 1933. So yes, the United States allowed y'all to use your L and your Bays, and they allowed y'all, acknowledge y'all as, yes, Moorish American citizens, but from Morocco. So don't hate the truth, man. Like I said, it's, you know, facts over feelings. I didn't write this. So again, this video is not to create. This video is not to create separation. This video is to speak the truth. Okay, so that the American Aborigines don't get confused. They don't get confused. The goal and the plan is to take out the firstborn. The goal and the plan is to take away our birthright. And I love all my people. I never said I didn't love my brothers and sisters who call themselves Moors. You see, again, people are getting into their emotions. They get into their feelings. But like I said, facts over feelings. So if we're going to speak on etymology, let us keep it real on etymology. All right? American Aborigines were called Black, African American, Negroes. It doesn't mean that's who we are. Everybody's always trying to change our identity. Why is that? Because they don't want us to know who we are. They don't want us to step up and step into place and get our birthright. So they have to throw all these monkey wrenches in there. Now, a lot of people, they have a lot of work to do because they have amends to make with the American Aborigine for selling us out, even some of our own. But the Moors underhandedly did that in the very beginning. They were the ones who brought the pale man here. And that's a fact. So don't tell me the story has been misconstrued. It's a fact. And I'm getting the words in their own words. The resolution of 1933. So don't tell me all of a sudden Wikipedia is wrong. But when you guys do your videos and you show your stuff, you use Wikipedia, and all of a sudden it's convenient. And again, this is not an attack. So please don't think it's an attack. No, it's not. It's to make sure that we, the American Aborigines, don't get caught up in the mix, because there's a lot of confusion out here. And I have nothing against Moors. I have nothing against, you know, Africans. I have nothing against, shoot, I don't even have nothing against, you know, the pale man. I don't, honestly, because we are the ones allowing them to do what they're doing. So I don't have anything against nobody, but I am going to tell the truth. Somebody asked, the real question, do you have hard property or even a business? You see, now you're going into something different. You see, now you're trying to get, you're trying to get personal. All of a sudden, you see, again, facts over feelings. You don't know what I have. You don't know what my family have. So now you're asking me, the real question is, do you have land, property, or even a business? I have a business, and that business is telling my people the truth. I have land. The American continent is my home. It's my land. Yes, it was taken away, and it will be restored. So I hope that answers your question. Because you see, when people start speaking the truth, y'all people want to get aggressive, just like the Christians. When they tell them the truth, they want to slap you on the corner. They want to send you to hell. They want to call you the devil. But I'm not going to bite my tongue because you want me to appease you. I am going to tell the truth, whether you like it or not. So yes, to answer your question, I have land. It's mine. It is not theirs. They took it from us, but we are going to get it back. Believe that. And do I have a business? Yes. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching my people. And I'm teaching all the confused Moors as well. All the people, the confused ones who don't know the difference on how to, because there are a lot of Moors that are confused. They don't know what it means to be a Moor. They're just going with the flow. But be very mindful, there are people who call themselves Moors because of their complexion and not because they think this is Morocco or they're from Africa. You dig? So let me ask you a question. Why would you want to be a kind of American when you are the original? Why can't we just say we're Americans? Why do we have to add something, a title to it? Why can't just, I don't hear the what you call it? I don't hear the Australian Aboriginals talking about we are Moorish Australians, because they're not. They're Australian Aboriginals, just like how we are the American Aboriginals. Why we gotta be something else? Because those are all political statuses. They are political statuses. They are nationalities of another people that wasn't born or that's not an Aboriginal to this land. And you could go ask any more who want to speak the truth. When they correct their status, they become American nationals and not Moorish Americans. Go ahead and prove me wrong. Oh yeah, so you know, more circle, all of a sudden, you know what? Everything I was saying before was on point, right? All of a sudden I'm speaking the truth about the Moors. Now it's a problem. And you know, brother Ben X, whoever that is, making moves, that's great. But so now all of a sudden you featherheads complaining. Okay, so now we featherheads, right? But all over the Americas, all we were was feathers, right? I tell you, man, y'all people are very, your people are something else, man. And like I said, man, again, this video is not to create separation. So if that's what y'all want to take it as, then that's fine. That's fine. You see what I'm saying? But I'm cool with that. Because like I said, I have friends who are Moors and we are tight and we understand each other. Okay? They know who I am and I know who they are. And they told me in their words, Chief, I'm calling myself a Moor, not because I'm from Africa or because I believe this is Morocco. I'm calling myself a Moor because of my complexion, because I don't want to say black. Because, all right? Because they know that's a word that was created by them to call themselves. You feel me? So once again, my brothers and sisters, the 2020 census is coming up, and this is all about nationality. It's all about not being stateless no more. Okay? It's all about not being property. It's all about not being a ward of the state. Okay? That's what this is about. The 400 years of this supposed slavery is up in 2019. It's a spiritual thing. But they want to put you back into slavery in 2020 with the census. And they're going to drag a lot of y'all down back into slavery. So once again, you better get your act together. Okay? Get your act together. People ask, listen, you have a right to self-identify. You could call yourself anything that you want. That's on you. Okay? But like I tell people, I'm an American Aboriginal. All right? I'm an Autochthon American. All right? If I want to be specific, all right? I came from my direct ancestors are Carib and Anianwea, what they now call the Cherokee people. All right? And my lineage is deep in that. All right? So no, I'm not complaining about titles. You see, again, you're up in your feelings right now. Okay? You're up in your feelings, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Man, this is sad. This is sad. And you see, again, it's like arguing over turf. It's like arguing who was here first. Okay, so what? If you say you are Moor and you call yourself an Aboriginal, then fine. Why are you mad at me for being an Aboriginal and don't want to call myself a Moor? Why you want to be mad at that? But yet still, you're not mad at the real foreigners, okay, which is the pale man that calls himself an American. You're not mad at him because you got in bed with him to come sabotage what we had. But you're not mad at that, though. I see. And you see, again, it just goes to show you that history will repeat itself. Those people have, a lot of those people have the same blood of their ancestors that they have. The ones that came and sold us out. The ones that brought the pale man here. They are the same people that will come and bring the police to my house and say, this is where Chief live. You see what I'm saying? So exactly. Why would you care what we want to call ourselves? If we don't want to call ourselves that, then we have that right. It's our creator given right not to call ourselves Black, African American, okay, Moorish American, because that's not who we feel we are in our spirit. That's not who we are in our spirit. It doesn't resonate with us. It doesn't mean that you're not Aborigines. If you say that's who you are, that's on you. I don't know. I'm not here to judge you or anybody else. But I'm speaking to those Aborigines who are in the state of confusion because they're hearing one set of people saying this, one set of people saying this. All I'm doing is here to present the facts, not feelings. Hey, greetings. All right. And I knew, that's why I said that I was going to take a rest. And before I do this video, because I knew what was already coming, because that's a very touchy subject for the sensitive girls and guys that call themselves Moors, because it's like it's a religion to them. It's like Christianity. If you don't believe in Jesus, they will kill you. So if you say that you're not a Moor, they want to fight you. But yet still, there's a lot of Moors that's caught up in situations that we are helping out, because they're using all this UCC codes and all that stuff. Man, this thing have nothing to do with we the Aborigines, or what people are just caught up in it because they don't know. And don't get me wrong, I've gotten a lot of knowledge from Moors, a lot. Yes, because they knew the information, because it was being hidden from us, and they were learning it. So I learned a lot from them. Just like how I learned a lot of information from other people. But because I learned information from you guys, I'm going to speak the truth, man. I'm going to speak the truth, because at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. The law is the law. Okay? And a lot of y'all get caught up in the legal world. You want to be a part of the bar association. You want to be a part of the legal society. That's why you get caught up. I don't get involved in the legal society. I'm not a member. So I don't deal with all those codes. I hit them straight up with just, I'm a man. That's it. A man made in the likeness and image of my creator. That's it. And I shut everything down, period. I don't need to go into codes this and codes that. And if I do use that, I use that as an exhibit. I don't use that in my paperwork. So I'm going to teach y'all a few things, because those documents don't belong to me. It's theirs. You could even get arrested for plagiarism, because it's not yours. So come on, man. Like I said, this is not about separation. We all have one common problem. All right? Let us unite and work it out. That's the message. Okay? Let us work it out. But we don't want people, again, misleading our people, lying to our people, so that now at the end of the day, all our people wake up and say, this is who we are. And before we know it, we are slaves of Morocco. No, we ain't doing that here, bruh. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing it. Nah. If I'm going to be wrong, let me be wrong saying I'm an American Aboriginal. I would rather, you know what? I would rather go to my grave saying that, until, you know, my ancestors come and tell me, well, you know what, Chief, this is actually Morocco. But until then, I'm an American Aboriginal. And I'm going to go down to my grave saying that. You did. All right. So I hope you guys, for those that again are seeking truth, this video is for you. Other people who want to stay in denial, because guess what? The Nile is a river that runs from the Mississippi back down into Africa. All right. So if you're in denial, that's fine. Go get wet. That's cool. All right. That's all right. Okay. Oh no, I know they can't. They could never enslave us. Like I said before, we have never lost a war. Even when the Moors, okay, that came here, helped the pale man, they still couldn't defeat us. That's how powerful we are. That's how powerful we are. All right. And that's the truth. We have never lost a battle. They caught us with the paperwork. You see what I'm saying? They caught us with the paperwork. They caught us with the paper genocide. And why you think certain people was always pushing paperwork? Because they know that's how these people got us. So they had to learn the trick of the pale man, that paperwork. All right? So get the facts and get it right. Absolutely, absolutely. Trevion, was that Trevion? I hope I'm pronouncing your name. Trevion 20. Yes, the Nile is a river running down from Egypt into Africa, because I guess they will tell me America is not the first Egypt as well. But I got all the proof. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, for real. And that's what they do, man. You know what I mean? Our people are constantly trying to take what belongs to somebody else. Always trying to take another person's birthright. It's always about trying to take your turf. You know what I mean? If it's not the Bloods, it's the Crip. If it's not the Crip, it's the Blood. This has always been a situation with our people, man. Always been a situation. Why can't you just respect who we are? That's it. But again, the goal is to take down the firstborn. That's the goal. We are the firstborn. Even when the world was on landmass, and after the great flood, Peleg, what some people call the Noah's flood, America was the first landmass that came up, but they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you the Garden of Eden is here in America. They're not going to tell you the land of milk and honey is here. How come we ain't running to Africa for the land of milk and honey? No disrespect to my African brothers and relatives, brothers and sisters down there. But they all running from there to come into our land for opportunities. If we was from Africa, why we ain't running there? So we gave y'all Moors a home. We gave y'all a home. We welcome y'all here, even after y'all did what y'all did to us. Okay? That's how much of the Most High love we have in us. Even after y'all betrayed us, we still give y'all a home. And here we are in 2018. Y'all want to fight us because we want to be who we want to be. Why we can't just say, okay, you know what? We got a common enemy. All right? We do. They took y'all out in Europe. Y'all ruled for 711 years. We were trading with y'all then. We were trading with y'all then. We didn't call ourselves Moors then. We didn't. Because when y'all first came, when they first came, they called us Indians, not Moors. Moors came after. So we were trading with y'all. But after they defeated y'all in Rome, I mean, not in Rome, in Europe, after your 711 years run, you wanted to come and take over this empire right here. Instead of coming to join us, okay, and we could assist you in fighting them, you brought them here to take over what we have and sign deals with them for 7 years to go into slavery. Well, they call it servitude for 7 years. But the pale man said, nah, not on my watch. You think I'm going to trust you when you're betraying your own people? That's why they don't trust y'all. So y'all better wake up, man. Wake up and realize what's going on. We are American Aboriginals. That's how the Australian Aboriginals got their land back. as being who they have always been. And that's how we're going to get it back. Let us honor our ancestors, okay? So that our days will be longer. And our ancestors are American ancestors, the American Aborigines, all right? The ones who built the mounds and the pyramids here. Call them whatever name you want, but those are our ancestors. And they didn't call themselves that. Shoot, we didn't even call ourselves Indians because we called ourselves, again, so many different things in relation to nature or the certain tribe that we ascribe to. The name of my book is called Newsflash. Everyone's a slave unless. The link is in the is below the video, so you could check it out. Okay, so know that America is the old world. Now, maybe we haven't always called it America. Maybe, I don't know. The names have always changed. Who knows? Okay, we have been on this earth for millions of years. I want one person, anybody, to show me the first name we called ourselves millions of years ago. So don't tell me this is who we are and this is who we are not. No, don't tell me that. Because it has changed from so many times, over a million. In fact, we've been here for billions of years. This earth has been in existence, and we have been here for millions of years, from generation to generation to generation. And I'm certainly sure it wasn't called America all the time. I'm certainly sure it wasn't called Atlantis. I'm sure it wasn't called Mu or whatever, all the names that they say they want to call it. At some point, we just didn't call it anything. We were just existing. Because at some point, we didn't even speak verbally. So what are y'all talking about? If we really want to get technical, come on. Absolutely. And you know, Africa, my aunt, you know, America, my mother, you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? And that's true. That's true. Okay, they gave them a home. Because like I said, they were in bed with the colonizers. They gave them a home. And, you know, y'all mixed amongst our people. And don't get me wrong, some of us may have that blood in us because those people mixed up together, which they have always done. But at the end of the day, don't tell us who we are. Okay? And don't fight us for being who we know we are in our hearts. We are American Aboriginals. That's who we are. And we're not going to deal with the confusion. We're not going to do that. And when the time comes, if you want to side with the pale man again, then do that. That will be expected because you did it in the past. And some American Aborigines did it too. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised. But hopefully when the time comes, you will stand with the American Aborigines, the original people of this land. And so that we all could end this oppression that all the dark-skinned people of the earth are going through right now. This is a global thing. It is not just here in the Americas. I mean, I hardly even know what a Mexican Aboriginal look like anymore because they whitewashed them. Don't you think I want to see my brothers and sisters in Mexico resurface, the real ones? They used to be there. They're still there, but they're hiding them. They're suppressing them. It is time for us to stop, okay, all the division. This video is not about division. This video is about telling the truth. That's what it is, so that my brothers and sisters who are American Aborigines don't get confused and get caught up with this Moorish thing. And so I'm showing the facts. Okay? Now, if you say that you're Moor, that's great, that's fine. All right? We are family. We are. But it's like two different, we cousins, put it that way. We are cousins. Okay? Africa is your home. America is my home. They are two sisters and we are cousins. So if you want to fight your cousins, that's cool because y'all did it in the past. We had showed y'all nothing but love. Nothing but love. Somebody asked, what's the answer to this dilemma as far as day to day? To me, the answer to the dilemma is this. Stop forcing us to be who you want us to be. Okay? You be who you want to be. That is just the truth. That is just the truth. We here, we are still facing the same oppression. Let us unite. Okay? What we have in common, the color of our skin. What we have in common, the same oppressor. That's it. And that is the solution to the dilemma. Okay? Don't force us to be anything that you think we are. In other words, what you're doing is you are imposing on our free will. What if I don't want to call myself an American Aborigine, and I just want to say I am spirit? You're gonna have a problem with that too? Because that's who I really am. The real I am in me is spirit. The physical body is not me. The physical body is American Aborigine that came from the soil. But the spirit has no nationality. So don't get mad. What you getting mad for all up in your feelings, man? You know what? I'm spirit. Let me see how you're going to get mad at what you're going to tell me now. My spirit is a more? Like, come on, man. Seriously. Stop taking this thing personal, man. It's just knowledge. It's just telling people the truth. And yes, our family is all over the planet. Even the Caucasian man is your family, believe it or not. Because they came from the womb of the melanated woman. And that's a fact. Not on this side of the continent, on the other side of the continent. Because we warned them. We warned them. We knew that was coming. But you see, they get emotional, all right? Because they feel it's a personal attack on them. No, it's not a personal attack on you. How do you feel? How do you think your Caucasian brother that you brought here, your pale skin brother that you brought here, how do you think they feel when you call them crackers, or you call them pale skin, or you call them all these things after you brought them here? So this is not about feelings. It's about telling the truth. At the end of the day, we are all being oppressed by a system. That is the truth. Whether you're a so-called dark-skinned man or whether you're a so-called pale-skinned man, it's about the have and the have-nots. And the have is destroying and oppressing the have-nots. That is the fact. So that's the truth. So as long as we realize that, and there will come a time when, you know, this thing start falling apart, we're gonna have our pale brothers and sisters right next to us fighting with us. I mean, not against us, but fighting with us against the system, because the beast is going to fall. And a lot of them are actually waking up to the information that they too are slaves. So it's going to take an effort of the have-nots to go against the haves. That's destroying our planet. And they are only so small in number, but because they have power and they could pay for armies and all these things, it looks like they are bigger than we are, or they outnumber us, but they don't outnumber the have-nots, because they don't want people to have. They don't want people to prosper. They want people to remain slaves. Slaves. So anyway, the next video I'm gonna do a part 4 to this, and I will go into I have spoken on this before, but I will go into the Real ID Act, okay, that was passed in 2018, and I think it was implemented on January 22nd or the 21st. All right, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna go in detail with that and some other things, because there is no such thing as a real ID, okay? Because there is no such thing as a legal name. All right, so there's no such thing. So don't get caught up in that. Those are ways to continue to trap you and keep you trapped in the belly of the beast. Okay? So that would be the next topic of the next video. All right, show you a couple of things. Once again, the link is below for the book, Newsflash. All right, Everyone's a Slave Unless. Get your copy. And once again, I have a lot of brothers and sisters who are Moors. I respect them and honor them. And they are the ones that tell the truth. They speak the truth. Okay? But you have a lot of those who are confused, the emotional ones. When you say, I'm not a Moor, they want to fight you. They get mad. They want to smack you. They want to call you all type of names. You know what I mean? And those emotional people I don't want to deal with. At the end of the day, I want to unite with the people who want the truth and the people who are tired of being oppressed. I don't care if you're green, purple, blue, yellow, white, orange. I don't care what your complexion is. As long as you're being oppressed by the haves, I want us to come together and fight this beast. That is the problem, because the beast is the one causing the division. Okay? Thomas Anderson said, I feel your message. I guess it's one step at a time, but this is identity politics, and it's a completely subjective and major group fight over defining identity. Indeed it is. And this is about our people having the right to self-identify. Okay? Why are you mad at me for saying that I'm not something? How can you be mad at me for that? In other words, you are imposing on my free will. The Most High gave me free will to be who I say this physical body is. But you mad at me and telling me no. What's up with that, man? What are you, God? What are you, the Most High? I have free will. I could call myself whatever I want to. As a matter of fact, if I want to call myself, you know, a Brit, because the original British was dark-skinned people, I'm certainly sure at some point our lineage cross path. Then I could do that. It's my prerogative. And which man or woman that could tell me I have the right not to do that? How dare you? So therefore, if I tell you that I'm an American Aboriginal and my ancestors didn't call themselves Moors, which they didn't, why are you mad at that? So just to be on the safe side, I am spirit. I am the I am, manifesting in the flesh, having a physical experience. How about that? Stop confusing the people. Stop lying to the people. All right? Like I said, facts over feelings. The facts is here. All right? The burden is on you to prove me wrong. All the emotions don't mean anything. Okay? So, Ancient and Modern Britain is a good book. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes, family. I'm about to get out of here. And y'all see why I wanted to do this video last, right? Because I already know. I already know they was going to come out. Okay? The emotional ones. The ones that are of sound mind. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Even Noble Drew Ali, you know, knew that he was Cherokee. He knew that he was Cherokee. Okay? So at the end of the day, man, the facts is going to stand. The United States government know exactly what a Moor is and who a Moor is. They know because they knew who they were in bed with. All right? And the goal and the key is to continue to oppress the American Aborigines. So they want to give us all these different titles. What's wrong in being an American Aboriginal? You tell me. The Australian got their land back by being Australian Aborigines. So why do you want us to be something different? Don't you think the safest thing to be would be an American Aboriginal? The name of my book is called Newsflash. It's below the video. The link is there. Newsflash, everyone's a slave unless. All right, that's what's up, King Ty. You know, like I said, man, you know, putting some stuff together and we're gonna get this thing together. Thank you, Tyrone Ray. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do. We got to stay, you know, there you go. Canada Aboriginals, all right? That's all American Aboriginal, and that's how we have to unite, okay? From Canada all the way down to Mexico, to the Caribbean, South Central America, that's all us. That's our home. The American continent is our mama. It's our mama. All right? So the title of the book again is Newsflash, Everyone's a Slave Unless. The link is below. All right, so check it out. Get your copy. It's not speaking in terms of being an Aborigine, but it's speaking in terms of being a man and a woman, and telling you what the laws are and exactly how we were enslaved and some ways for you to get out of that. You know what I mean? So it's a powerful book. But like I said, I'm going to continue to drop the knowledge. And for all my Moors brothers and sisters, I love y'all, man. All right. This is just building. All right. Don't be mad at don't be mad at the information. Don't be mad at the facts. I presented the facts just like everything else. All right. I presented the facts for the people. Let them do their own research and let them be the judge of what they're researching and studying. You feel me? Dane Calloway research found discovered that the Negro was the original man in the America. He said, I mean, yeah, I've been talking about that for years. All right, for years. What people don't know, like I said, I'm dropping new information. A lot of y'all didn't know America was the first landmass that came up, after the flood. All right, we are the firstborn. I'm telling y'all things. I've always been ahead of my time. Even when I told them America, the first Egypt was here. When I told them the Garden of Eden was here, the land of Moab is in Utah. Nobody wanted to believe me, but now everybody's preaching it. Here I am telling you something again. America was the firstborn. And eventually all the truth will come to light. All the truth will come to light. And we are going to step back on the throne and get what's ours. The time is nigh. That's why they're putting all these things in place and pushing all these distractions, the censors. They want you to be everything else except for who you are. But don't let them trick you. All right? Don't let them trick you. We are the American Aboriginals, the Choctaw Americans. All right? And for all those of you who are ready to build and make moves, like I said, my email is always in the link below. Let us do this. Because the only way it's going to happen. They cannot deny us who we are. Well, you know what? They can. But we are not going to allow them to take that away from us. Because we can't force them to do what they want to do. But we have to play our part. We have to know what we have to do for ourselves. Only us could save us. All right? And what do we have on our side? We have the Most High on our side. We have our ancestors on our side. And that's all we need. Okay? We ain't going backwards. We're moving forward. Okay? Right now, we're moving like the grasshopper. The grasshopper don't never go back. The grasshopper do not jump back. The grasshopper do not jump from side. It always jump forward. And that's what we are doing. We are moving forward. Yes, Utah is the land of Moab. So all those books in the Bible, the majority of them, if not all, everything happened right here in the Americas. All right? In the Americas. Jerusalem is in Peru. Okay, the first Egypt was here. Our Africans, brothers and sisters, Moses had to go into Egypt to learn. The allegorical Jesus had to go into Egypt to learn right here in the Americas. Okay, and I'm saying allegorical. So just so y'all know. So they cannot stop this. They cannot stop this prophecy. They cannot stop that. All right, they cannot stop that. We will regain our throne. They can't stop it because we were destined to come. That's a covenant between us and the Creator. We are the allegorical definition of Abel and Cain, our brothers on the other. Yes, the Moors, our brothers on the other side. Cain trying to kill Abel. Okay, it has always been that. Always been that. That tension has always been there. Okay, because the Most High, okay, honored our sacrifice. All right, we brought favor in the sight of the Most High, and our brothers and sisters on these different continents, they didn't like that, so they had to come together to try to destroy the firstborn. I'm giving y'all the jewels, the metaphysical meaning of everything that's going on right now. That's why they're coming from all over the world, okay, to take from us. But they don't want to give us the respect. They want to keep us in prisons. They want to call us thugs. They want to call us criminals. But yet still, we gave everybody all we had. Well, yes, Joseph, you know, yes, what we have was taken. What we had was taken, but we are going to get it back. We are going to get it back. All right? We are going to get it back. And one thing I have to tell anybody, I don't care what you call yourself, any one of your ancestors that helped fight my ancestors and destroy my ancestors and spilled my ancestors' blood, if you are the descendant of such people, you will pay a price as well. So you better ask for forgiveness. So if you know your ancestors came from Africa and helped Christopher Columbus, and these people come into our land, and you still here in 2018 trying to still do the same thing, you're going to have some serious problems, okay? Because this spiritual war is about to be on and popping, okay? Nature ain't playing. The universe ain't playing. Our ancestors ain't playing. It is time. That 400 years is about to be up. And we're not going to let y'all put us back into another 400 years of slavery with all these fake titles y'all want to give us. We know we are the American Aboriginals, and that's it. That's it. Nothing less, nothing more. Worst comes to worst, I am a man made in the likeness and image of the Most High. Now, let them put whatever title they want on that, but I know who I am. The question is, do you know who you are? All right? So with that being said, I'm about to skittles out of here. All right? I'm about to make some moves, you know what I mean? And again, I knew this video was going to take a lot of energy because of the content and the title of the video. And I have a lot of my brothers and sisters who are Moors, you know what I'm saying? That's going to get into their feelings. But like I said, this is not personal. I have nothing against you personally. I'm just here to tell the truth. Okay? So if you want, again, and another thing, Moors teach about love. Okay? They teach about love. I think it's 5 of the things they normally mention: love, justice, peace, and something else. So if I'm here telling my people the truth, why are you coming with hate? Again, you're doing what the Christians do. You see what I'm saying? You're being a hypocrite. You're not coming in love. I never spoke bad of the Moors. I just told the truth. But you come in here with all the aggravation and, you know what I'm saying, the hatred and the anger. Why? But yes, still you're supposed to stand for love and the upliftment of fallen humanity. Why? So why you up in your feelings like that? Why y'all hating the truth like that? Again, let the truth speak for itself. All right? Let the truth speak for itself. If somebody's gonna say something that's not true, and I know it's not true, I'm not gonna give it too much energy. I'm gonna let them do them. Because one thing I realize is that the truth will always come to light. The truth will always come to light. That's why when I was going through all the negativity and that bullshit, that little vagina decided to, you know, tell all those lies about me. Guess what? I didn't pay that no mind. I came, I showed the truth, and I left it alone. Guess what? I'm good. Because I don't have to keep defending those things because they were not true. So my thing is, if somebody's saying something you feel that's not true, why get mad and emotional? Do a video and prove them wrong. But I showed the facts. I didn't make it up. All of a sudden, Wikipedia don't know what they're talking about, but every video that people do, they go to Wikipedia. And I go beyond Wikipedia and show you documents. So again, it's not to create separation. It's so that we could move forward with a complete understanding of who we are as individuals. Okay? Yes, I want to stand with my Moorish brothers and sisters. Yes, I want to stand with my African brothers and sisters. Yes, I want to stand with my European brothers and sisters and fight this beast as an American Aboriginal. Let me be who I say I am. Because I have that free will. And that's my point. All right? So with that being said, I'm about to get out of here. Once again, the link for the book is below. Check it out. Go to the website, get your copy. Let us do this. My email is below. Hit me up. We got work to do. We got work to do. Like I said, we have, it's in 2018 right now. We have about a year and a half to get our affairs in order. We have some significant moves to make. and we got to make it. Share the information, share the videos, talk to your friends, let them know, tell them the truth. Let them know. Don't keep them in the darkness. Don't keep them ignorant. Plant those seeds. Talk to your little children. Talk to your little nieces and nephews. Baby, we're not black. We are not African American. Do you know who you are? We are the American Aborigines, the people they call the Indians. Yes. Tell them the truth. Go to their schools and let the school know. Correct your children's status in their system. My brothers and sisters, you have to do the work. Nobody's going to do it for you. Get your affidavit of truths. Get your dossiers together. Put these people on notice. Let them know. Stop allowing them to assume and presume who you are. It's your duty to let them know. So put them on notice. It is your responsibility. Everything is voluntary. Okay? Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, I am not here to debate whether Moors drop knowledge or not. Like I said, I have a lot of friends who are Moors, and they are my friends. Okay? They are friends. I mean, legitimately, they are friends. People I could call to and go spend 2-3 weeks by them, and I'm good. So that's not the point. Everybody drop knowledge. I've gotten knowledge from Caucasians. But I know that they are Caucasians. And they know that I'm an American Aboriginal. So that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying that you cannot be a Moor. I'm not saying that. If that's what you choose, that's fine. What I'm saying is that I am not a Moor. I'm an American Aborigine. And yes, my peoples will call them Moors, just like what they will call blacks, but that's not who my ancestors are. I could only speak for me. I know about my bloodline. I know about my lineage. How are you going to tell me what's my lineage? And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't have some of that blood in me. I'm not saying that, because the people mix. They mixed in together. They mixed in together. So we may have shared some of that blood. And that's cool. But let me self-identify as to who I am. And I honor all my ancestors, whether, you know, I know my immediate ancestors are from the American continent, and my other ancestors could be from the African continent, the European continent, Asia. Hey, we are people of the earth, and we are all related. But I'm talking about my immediate ancestors. The landmass that they sprung from is the American continent. All right. Somebody asked, Chief, when you doing the self-defense class for martial men? For what? Martial law? I'm not sure what you're asking. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what you're asking. But, you know, like I said, man, we have a lot of work to do, man. And the key is to all the separation. They are titles. Okay? They are titles. And that's why when I wrote the book, all right, I didn't want to write the book about being Aborigines because it's a title. I wrote the book as I'm teaching people about being a man and a woman, and teaching them about their rights and showing them how they got enslaved and what they need to do. That's why I chose that perspective in writing the book, because I didn't want to get caught up in the titles. So now that you know that you're a man or a woman, and you have all these rights, and you know exactly what happened and what to do, now you could come from a perspective of being an Aborigine as another part of that sword. So now you're a double-edged sword ready to take what's yours. And that's why I did it from that perspective. All right? It was done that way intentionally. Because nobody could deny that I'm a man that was created in the likeness and image of the Most High. Who's going to argue that with me? Put a label on that. Please put a label on that. Put a nationality on that. On my spirit. So stop, man. Stop. Okay, stop. We are fighting over things that are pointless. The truth is, this is about the have and the have-nots. And we need to stand up as the have-nots against the have that's oppressing us and destroying our earth. Okay? All right, what is America, Abiyala? Abiyala was a name that, you know, my Panama ancestors called the American continent. So, you know, we had all these different names, different tribes. We were tribes within tribes called the landmass or wherever they were at a different name. Okay? And that's a fact. So unity is the key, man. Unity is the key. All right? So guys, I don't want to go, but I got to go. I've been here for over 2 hours. I did a video earlier for over 3 hours. So I gave you guys over 5 hours of information today. Now, nobody have to believe anything that I say. Once again, go do your own research. Okay? The information is there. Go research it yourself. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. All I'm just saying is, I'm here to give you the information so that you could save yourself and your family so you don't get caught up. All right? And that's right. Unity is the key. Unity is the key. Whether you call yourself a Moor, whether you call yourself an American Aborigine, whether you call yourself an Israelite, it doesn't matter. Even with our brothers and sisters who call themselves Pan-Africanists. Okay? Why do we need to make all these titles separate us, but yet still we are being oppressed by the same people, by the same system, by the same beast? Come on. Let us pass the titles, man. Let's leave those alone. Just respect everybody's culture. Respect everybody for what or who they feel they are. They resonate in their heart. Don't take that away from them. It goes to show that you are, again, violating somebody's free will. So that means you are coming with ill intentions. That's not righteous. So it goes against what you even stand for. So you're being a hypocrite. And that is not going to fly. That's not going to work. That is the same bloodline that came here and took our stuff. King Ty, you know, in terms of books, I don't know. I mean, you can't get regular books in the library, brother. You know, go to the website, man. The website is in the link below. Go in the university section. We have a lot of information on there that will lead you to other information as well. All right. I'm going to a regular library. I doubt you're going to get information that's pertinent to what we're really discussing right now. All right. And oh, you're welcome, Africa, my aunt. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting in the work. I'm just playing my part because, like I said, once I leave here physically and I meet up my ancestors face to face, I know they're going to embrace me because I'm representing them 150%. I'm not playing. Every single day, I'm in my indigenous attire. Okay? Now, if you know that American Aborigines always wore feathers, why are you coming on here disrespecting the feather? You know what I'm saying? So again, it goes to show you the heart of these people. They have the same blood their ancestors had, the ones that came here to help take over our land. You know what I mean? Because the cops know when they see me in the streets, they salute because they know I don't have to talk because they respect it. So all I'm just saying is represent who you feel you are. If you want to wear affairs and that's who you are, wear affairs. Okay? If you want to wear a mohawk and that's who you are, wear your mohawk. If you want to rock a bald head and that's who you are, rock your bald head. If you want to wear your feathers and that's who you are, rock your feathers. But I'm rocking my feathers because it makes a statement, because that's what my ancestors, that was the signature of my ancestors. The first thing people would see was feathers. So I'm representing them well, very well. And wherever I go, I get the respect. But I get it more so from people who don't look like me. People who look like me think it's a costume. They think I'm going to some type of Hollywood party. But the people who don't look like me, they know what it is. They say, damn, I love your headpiece. They know what it is. Unfortunately, that's the truth. All right? A few days ago, I was walking down Church Avenue, literally a van with police officers. They was coming up. They literally stopped. The light was green. They stopped, and the woman, the Caucasian woman driving the van, She stopped them across the street, and every time they pass, I always watch their reaction. And I turn and she watched, and she literally stopped and she saluted me. Real talk. And I saluted back, and I left. And I just continue on my journey. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm living this. I'm living this. So I could only tell what I am experiencing. All right. I could only tell you what I'm experiencing. Now it's up to you. I don't know what you're experiencing, but mine is a little bit different. The respect that I get is the people who look at me, that look like me, that laugh at me. And that's sad though, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because they don't know, or what people perish for the lack of knowledge. So once again, I don't care what you call yourself. All right. My goal is to make you realize that you are a man and a woman made in the likeness and image of the Most High, and you have rights, and our rights are being violated. I don't care what you call yourself. Dogs have more rights than you. And that is my goal. Call yourself what you want. It doesn't matter. You are still a slave. Okay? And unless we decide to come together, regardless of what we call ourselves, and remedy this situation, we are still going to be in it, worrying about titles. Oh, nice. My block is your block. Well, nah, I'm a blood. I'm a Crip. You are this and you are. It's the same thing. What's the difference? Fighting over titles, fighting over what we should call ourselves, when it's very, very, very simple. American Aboriginals, which encompasses everything. Okay, the original people that was here calling themselves Israelites, American Aboriginals. Okay, the people who are calling themselves Moors that are American Aborigines, but they're doing it because of complexion, American Aboriginals. But why you just want us to pick one is like Israelites telling us, you know what? Don't call yourself anything else but Israelites. No, we're not going to do that. Because we know everybody didn't call themselves that. I'm in New York. You know what I mean? So let us stop with that, man. Stop with the hatred. Okay? That's where the division and conquer comes in, because now we start something that's making waves, then the pale man is going to pay one of them to come destroy what we are doing, because they want you to be who they want you to be. So again, let us not fall with this, with all this trap. Let us stop that. All right. We got work to do. Let us put in the work. Okay. Our children are dying in the streets. Our children are being jailed. Okay. Our men are being jailed. Our women are being jailed. Our women are being disrespected. First, we have to hold our men accountable for not disrespecting our women, for not respecting our women. Every video you turn around, a sister is being called a bitch and a hoe. We have to stop supporting those things. We don't want to take care of home, but we want to take care of everything else. Why you live in a glass house and you're throwing stones? I guarantee y'all must be a few of those people listening to that trap music. So the truth of the matter is, you got to fix you before you fix anything else or anybody else. Let us learn to love each other again. All right? Let us learn to respect our women again. Let us learn to, fathers, be in your children's lives. Mothers, allow the men to be in their children's lives, whether y'all together or not. Y'all don't realize the division that's amongst ourselves. We are the ones causing it. Nobody's forcing us to do those things. Nobody forced you to go lay down with a man that, a year later, you start calling a bum. Nobody forced you to go lay down with a woman 2 years later, you want to call her a bitch. No, those are decisions that you made. But then a child is the product of that toxic relationship, and both of y'all in chaos, yet still bringing a child into chaos. And you wonder why we have that cycle. No, the cycle continues because we are not healing ourselves. It's too much hatred. So what if you don't like something somebody's saying? They got free speech. They got free will. Let them talk. As long as they don't touch you. Aren't y'all the same one that only speak? We know the law. The law is only broken when somebody harms somebody, you damage somebody's property, or you defraud somebody. So what's up with all the hatred, man? What, the truth hurts? Come on. So once again, we got work to do. All right? And let's put in that work, because the more time we spend arguing and fighting amongst each other, they are doing what they're supposed to do. They are putting things in place for y'all. All right? And all I'm just here to do is just bring the information. You do what you want with it. I can't force it on you. All right? I love you guys. And we will be talking soon. All right? Peace and love to each and every one of you, Jazzy. Peace and love. All right? So love you guys, man. All right? For real. And take care of yourselves and continue to share the knowledge, share the information. And like I said, let's build. There's enough breaking down in our communities. All right? There's enough breaking down. Go to the gangsters on the streets, the young ones, you know, the ones that call themselves thugs. Let them know, brother, sister, this is who you are. And that's where you need to put your focus and your attention on, because they know that we have never lost a physical fight. They want to teach our people how to use their energy to be self-destructive. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So that's the point. Somebody asked, bro, how you gonna talk like a leader and you have roommates while you have a family in that house you live in? Please explain. What the hell are you talking about? Like, you know, conscious fraud. What are you talking about? What, I mean, is that a general question, or is that a personal question? Because if that's a personal question, I have no idea what you're talking about, because you don't know nothing about me. So what are you talking about? I don't have roommates. What are you talking about? But anyway, like I said, again, it's always negativity. Focus on the message. Focus on, and I'm not a leader, for one. All right. I don't want to be nobody's leader. Lead yourself. Okay? Lead yourself. I'm just dropping information. Lead yourself. Okay? I am a self-directed man. You be a self-directed man and woman. And we come together and we work together and we build. All right? I am nobody's God. All right? Nobody's God. I was brought here and manifest here for a purpose, and that's what I'm doing. And that's it, period. That's it. Okay? So, like I said, we will talk a little later, and you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. And you guys, some people are just making this so hard, man. So hard. And I understand why some people don't want to do what I do, because they can't deal with that. You know, I mean, they can't deal with that, because the same people you're giving the information, those are the same people that want to come get you, man. And it's always been that way. That's always been history repeating itself. But I promise y'all, I'm not going to get caught up, man. I'm just going to give that information. And when the creator is ready for me to come back home, man, I'm always ready. I'm always ready. And shoot, I'm ready right now. I'm always ready to make my moves. Okay? But y'all have to look in the mirror first before you start pointing fingers. Okay? I am good in my spirit. I have a very, very light heart. Okay? So I'm good in my spirit. What about you? You can't deceive yourself. I don't care what you do with people. I don't care how much you try to lie to people. I don't care how much you try to pretend with people. You could never deceive yourself. No one is that far gone. You know in your heart when you are being truthful, you are being righteous. You know. So I know my heart is in the right place. I know that my heart is light as a feather. So I have nothing to worry about. I fear no physical death. I'm not afraid of no man, woman, institute, or nothing. No, I'm not afraid. Because I'm just so anxious to know what's on the other side. I'm ready. That's how enlightened I am. I am ready to take the next step. I'm ready. And that's for real. So when you're dealing with a man who don't fear death or don't believe in death, man, you cannot beat me. I'm indestructible. But you have to get to the point where you know you are indestructible because you believe that you're the physical man and woman. But it's because you are not in tune with your spirit. That's the problem. All right. So okay. So I have to see that person. I don't know how you become what you. I guess I made you a moderator. So you know that means you got to go because you're here to cause confusion and you call. Well, I see why you call yourself conscious frauds. Okay, that makes sense. You know. Don't worry about what I'm wearing. Again, you know, you people always want to come here. I am being myself. That's who I am. That's who I am. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The negative energy always exists. It will always come. It will always come. There we go. The name says it all. Yep. Negative energy will always come. And they will always come to try to throw you off. Believe me, that's what they're there for. Because remember, brothers and sisters, good cannot exist without evil, and evil cannot exist without good. The person who's going to take you out is the person you're trying to save. Mark my words and remember that. So that's why a lot of us who are doing what we are doing, we cannot be in regular situations because the people that's around us will not get it. They will not get it. Only we know. We know. And you will know when you are chosen to do this. Okay? You will know. For real. All right. Oh no. I'm not, man, listen, trust me. I'm not paying these people any mind, man. I'm not paying them any mind. I already know what we are dealing with. A people who hate themselves. Okay? A people that's hurt, a people that's damaged. And that's why I stress so much. Learn to heal yourselves. Okay? Learn to forgive yourselves. All right? We are the ones that's inflicting this pain on ourselves. We are. Nobody's forcing us to do anything. All right? Nobody's forcing us to do anything. All this is voluntary. So understand that. That is just the world that we live in until we go to the next realm and experience something else. But while we're here, we are going to experience evil. We are going to experience the allegorical devil. We are going to experience Satan. And Satan is nothing but the adversary. Okay? The adversary of anything that's righteous. That's the definition of Satan. You see what I'm saying? So know that we will always experience that. All right? We will always experience that. Oh, I mean, now it's cool. It's cool, man. You know, I am a dangerous man because of the knowledge that I have. Because I'm here to enlighten my people. So they're gonna find me dangerous. I always told myself there is no way because I know, that's why I know who I am. Because I've always said, since at the age of 4 or 5, there is no way I would be a slave. They would have to kill me first. And I've been saying that since I was about 5 years old. So I know what kind of ancestors that I had. They were not slaves. They were not slaves because I will not conform. No. Take me out. From the time that baby is born, they look into my eyes. They say, you know what? This one here he's gonna give some problems. We got to take him out. That's one day we got to put him to the side and crush his head like the rest of them. For real. So I already know. Every day I walk around, you know, expecting whatever to come will come because it's already written. My script is already written. And I'm just here playing the role. I'm just here playing the role. So whatever happened today or tomorrow or the next day, man, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it because I've already won. I'm so enlightened. I know who I am. I know. So I'm not worried about anything in the physical. I'm not worried about anything or anybody that's going to approach me. I'm good. I'm good. I have graduated. I know. Because I know when I go to sleep, the conversations I have with my ancestors, y'all don't think it's real, but it's real. I know what they show me. So you have to know what relationship you have with those that came before you. Because I took the time to honor them. I took the time to ask them to reveal themselves to me. I took the time to tell them to talk to me and show me, let me know when it's them talking to me. Because I knew that's what I had to do. I know I couldn't go outside of me to find them or find the answers. I had to go within. I had to go within and take care of me, heal myself, forgive those who hurt me, and forgive myself for hurting people, because I'm certainly sure I have hurt people. I'm not perfect, but I'm growing into my perfection. And I guarantee you, by the time I graduate out of here, I will be good. I will have my master's degree. And that's not one that's given by man, because no man is my master. I only have one master, and that's the I am in me. And that's it. Period. All right? So you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I think, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, actually, wow, today's Wednesday. Well, time flies when you're having fun, right? Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and we will talk soon. Like I said, I am going to do a part 4 of this. I'm going to talk about the real ID, and I'm going to talk about a couple of laws, all right, and the difference between legal and lawful. And I just want to get you guys ready for this battle, okay? Teach you how to fight and win, all right? Well, again, brother Oscar, man, everything, we are all, honestly, the truth is we are all the same, we are all I am. We are all part of that I am. We are all spirit living in the flesh. And all we have to do is just internalize, go within and ask the spirit to lead us. And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I asked the higher self. I asked my higher self to teach me how to be more like you. And every day my higher self is showing me how to do that. And that's exactly what I did. And each and every one of us have that same potential, okay, of living and, trying to please the spirit opposed to trying to please the flesh. And all those people that's on here hating these videos, they are pleasing the flesh. They know I'm speaking the truth, but because of their ignorance, their ego, you see what I'm saying? They come with the hatred. They come with the hate. But I'm not about that. All right? I'm not about that. Like I said, my spirit is enlightened. You know what I mean? So I'm good. My path is already paved. My script has already been written. The creator, the ancestors already showed me a plan that they have laid for me, and that I have to play that role. And I'm just stepping right into it because I'm obedient. I've listened and I've hearkened to the voice of my ancestors and the Most High. So y'all say what y'all got to say. Chief Kalinago know who he is, and he know his purpose. And with that being said, man, there's nothing that's going to stop me, because at the end of the day, when this physical body is gone, this videos is going to live on. My book is going to live on. My legacy has already been planted in the sand. Well, not in the sand, in the soil, because I ain't going to plant my house on sand. Only a fool does that. But it's on solid ground. It is on solid ground. You did. Thanks, Jazzy. We gotta put those disagreeables on timeout. I appreciate you for that. All right. Negativity will not survive. It will not strive. It will not win. We are going to win. As a matter of fact, let me see. Where's that? Let me just close out with this real quick. Let me see. You know what? It's a song. I don't know if I want to put it in there. No, I'm not going to do that. But there's a song called, Victorious. We shall be victorious. I love that song, man. It just rings volume. Like they're trying to control our minds, but now we're not gonna let them do that, because we shall be victorious. All right. So you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I will talk to you guys later. And like I said, it doesn't matter what you call yourself. I love you, and the whole goal is so that we again could fight this beast. Regardless of whatever we call ourselves, we are all being oppressed. All right. So let us forget the labels. Let us forget the titles, and know that we are man and woman made in the likeness and image of the Most High, and our rights are being suppressed. We are being taken advantage of, and we need to come together and fight this beast. All right. The beast will fall. Babylon will fall. I guarantee you that. And I'm just playing my part. Talk to you guys soon. Peace, love, harmony, and light. Thank you, Jazzy. Peace.